Yes, it's Media Estate, fly on the wall, talking about international sport. Liverpool in seventh heaven. Oh my God.
I am elated, of course. I think this week has been my happiest since the year began. I can tell you I might not get a happier time in football for the next 20 years than I've had since Sunday. Because when you whitewash your rival, Manchester United are Liverpool's biggest rival. In fact, for us, we take it further to say they are our biggest enemy. In Liverpool and United, there is no friendship. There is
Biggest
no.
rivals.
In fact, the rivalry is not normal rivalry. It's enmity. It's good. I love that. I love that relationship that we have United. But yeah, what a result! What a day! What a Sunday! What a week! Many did not see it happen.
I didn't see it.
I knew we would win, probably not by 7-0.
Okay.
But the fact that it's a rewriting of history, the fact that the 7-0 result will not be erased anytime soon, I love the fact that it has happened now under Jurgen Klopp at a time when Liverpool's traditions have been rediscovered and at a time when everybody was saying, we are finished, we are gone, and we need a rebirth. The statement that was made on Sunday, for me, was not about Liverpool suddenly becoming competitors in this year's championship. It comes at the backdrop of everyone rubbishing Liverpool, being called a spent force, good for nothing, experienced players who are old and can't compete at that level. They are worn out, their legs are gone. You need to chase everyone, reinvest, because this team can't compete. It no longer has the hunger. These are the things that have been said. To an extent, probably right. But, like we've said, when criticisms like these come against a club like Liverpool, everyone conveniently leaves out certain useful facts. For instance, the amount of injuries that was on table.
Yes.
At least 7 first team players since the start, not available. But no one will remember, and I agree, because that's Liverpool. Now, the coincidence that the return of Van Dijk, Henderson, Fabinho, people like Luis Diaz are still unavailable, Firmino. These guys have been Diogo Jota. They've been injured forever, probably. But their return then coincides with the improvement of results, because for the 5th time in the league, we haven't conceded a goal. Before we played United, 3 wins out of 4, no goal conceded. Wins over who? Newcastle high flying, Everton a derby, and Wolves who beat us both in the FA Cup and also in the league. So it was a message. And then, of course, suffering a 5-2 demolition there at the hands of Real Madrid in the Champions League. So it came at a time when, yes, you doubted what we could do, but Liverpool were quietly saying, okay, if you need anything to motivate this Liverpool team, it was to bring on United, where they have only lost once in 22 games. They are the most informed in England. They've recently beaten Barcelona. They are recent champion Carling Cup winners. You've got them at the right time. They've got informed players. Rashford, Casemiro, Martinez, Fernandes. I mean, they're informed. So this was the right time. Right time for what? For us to make a statement of defense, because everybody has condemned us, Liverpool. So let's get the team that everyone is using as a yardstick. They are competing for the title. They are on a run. They are beating everyone. So let's use them and test the things people have been talking about. Quality. Are we good enough? Hunger. Do we have hunger? Competitiveness. Do we have competition? Can we score goals? Are we ruthless in attack? Are we good in possession? Are we still proud to be Liverpool and to be wearing that red jersey? These are the things that needed to be tested against the informed team. And I'm glad the entire package came good. Is Henderson old? Firmino gone? Fabinho useless. The youngsters who are being told not good enough to play for Liverpool. Elliot, sorry.
Yes.
How is he in a Liverpool shirt? Is Nunes good enough?
I think now you can say it's
Gakpo.
good enough.
Now you can have all your answers, because we're not doing it for any reason. We're doing it to fight for the traditions of Liverpool Football Club, but also to win back our respect and to say, okay, let's use the very best to tell you how we stand today in football.
Senior, what did Klopp do right that very night, tactically on the pitch? You see players, everyone was like, Elliot is in the midfield, and Jota is on the bench. Liverpool players were running all over United 90 minutes. They are scoring, they are defending, they are running. United looks a bit, their legs can't run. What is that thing that really Klopp told his players, or tactically on the pitch? Because you could see their midfield, if you compare to United had a better midfield on that divided day. They had Fred, they had Casemiro, they had Bruno Fernandes. This side you had Henderson, you had Fabinho, and Elliot in the midfield, but they look to be, they are good but tired. But they come on that very night and they shock everyone.
Klopp didn't do anything special. Like I told you, where Liverpool is concerned, all it takes is to say it's Derby Day versus Manchester United. That's the motivational speech. You don't need anything else. Everything that you saw, it's quality that is there. Maybe because of the bad run of results, confidence somewhere went low. But when you're given a chance to show people again that you're good enough, and Manchester United are your opponents, everything is going to come naturally. So the motivational speech was the derby, nothing to add. The tactics, however, probably are the hidden story. You are at Anfield, in front of the most raucous fans or stadium in the world, the harshest stadium. Can you take advantage of that noise? Can you take advantage of the 12th player, the fan, to unsettle this team, make them fail to find their bearing? But what you need to do, be aggressive. Be ruthless aggressors. Dictate the tempo. Don't give any of them time to settle and to think. Add it to the noise, and with your ruthless aggression, they will be unsettled. That sound, that noise will unseat them. It's done to every big team that has come here. So once you do that, we are in charge, we take control, we harass them. We score one, it's like we've not scored. You go for the second, you go for the third. Just push and push and push, and everything then fit in place.
See, what does this win mean to Man United? They lost Man United and then they win to Liverpool. Liverpool is back in the picture of Champions League qualification. Man United lies 10 plus points behind us, table leaders. Are they still in the picture of chasing the title?
I know I've been here and said that United are in the title race and they're going to compete and bring more excitement to the run-in.
Yes.
I'm still saying so, but after the result against Liverpool, which is the real reason why we Liverpoolians are so glad and happy and won't forget this day, because we effectively ended United's interest in the title.
Yes.
In two ways. The 3 points off, but also now inspiring the other teams now that are going to play United for the remainder of the season. Where United have been finding it easy to run teams over and to have a good run, now you have teams that are saying, aha, okay, so if you do 1, 2, 3 things, you can unsettle them, you can get a point off them. So in terms of resistance, they are going to find it harder to play certain teams. So it's not just going to be 3 points that they've dropped, they are going to drop more points. And for me, the title interest is gone.
It's gone.
They still have to play some other big teams, not just Liverpool. That increases also the chances that the other big teams are going to pull off a team or two off them. So what it means to United, prospects of winning champions this season gone. I'm glad it's Liverpool that is causing this pain and this turmoil and heartache. I'm glad we can now sit on the same side. We shall both not win the Premier League, but one thing I've proved one-on-one, I can humiliate and harass and drive them off their patch. We've done that, and for us, we can't ask anymore.
The band of social media-oriented fans is crazy.
It has to be.
It's crazy. Does it mean that Liverpool is back in the qualification picture?
We've never been out. Liverpool has never been out of the qualification. No. With 18, 16, 17 matches to go, it doesn't matter how far we are. Liverpool is known for putting up runs. 2 seasons ago, we put up a run in the last 7 games when we were out of it. We ended up into the top 4. We went all the way to the final of the Champions League and lost to Real Madrid in the final. Liverpool has never been out of the Champions League. We are out of the title, but not the Champions League. No, that's not Liverpool. But what you are going to see now, in terms of impact for Liverpool, after saying that the departure of Mane spoiled the trio, dangerous trio that attacks, we just launched, and now we put it in your faces, the new attacking trio, which is not even trio because Diaz is still not back. The new attacking force of Liverpool, of Nunes, Gakpo, Salah, and Diaz when he's back. That was just an insight into what the Premiership is going to face. You've got pace in there. You've got electrifying pace. 23-year-olds, and then Diaz of 24. With the skill and the different qualities they bring on the table, I think our opponents are going to have to be scared of what's coming to them.
Sina, we can't wind up this program. We're talking about table leaders Arsenal. That win on the Bournemouth, the late winner on Bournemouth. What does it mean? Are they
another landmark, another sign that they are in for the title? They are going to compete. They are going to get unlikely wins. They are going to steal wins from nowhere. They are going to do it, and that is one of the things that you see when a team is really on a warpath. Arsenal are on a warpath. They are going to take good wins. They are going to take lucky wins if you want. They are going to win out of nowhere, but they are going to have to continue this, and they are doing it, and that's one thing that characterizes a championship chaser, and Arsenal are up there.
Champions League football, Mr. Pedigree. PSG, out.
Didn't I say that last week?
Out.
PSG, they're never going to win the Champions League with money. No. They have to have a different makeup, which they don't. You've either got to be a winner in Europe or you are not. PSG, doesn't matter how much money they have, they are not winners in Europe. They are not going to win the Champions League. It didn't surprise me. How comfortable was Bayern against PSG over 2 legs?
Oh my God.
So comfortable, both away and at home. And look at the squad and the team quality. You look at the players at Bayern and the players at PSG in terms of individual quality. And of course, PSG are up there. But look at the football, the confidence with which they play, the way Bayern Munich controls the game last night, the way they controlled it, the way they almost toyed with them. This is confidence.
Is that I saw Bayern Munich make a substitute, bring on Sadio Mane, removing they were moving Musiala, and they're bringing in Sadio Mane, a quality player at that level. But when you see the PSG, the player, if they are removing let's say Messi, the players they are going to bring on is not on the same level with Messi.
Yeah, of course their first team is not as good as the second team is not as good as their first team, even though they have real quality in there.
Yes.
And remember, Sadio Mane is also returning from a long injury layoff, so they're giving time for him to slowly recover. That's why he didn't start. But yeah, it also showed you the depth of Bayern Munich. But don't forget, in the Bundesliga this season, they're not flying. It's not as if they're running away with it.
They're not running away with it.
So it's not that they are so good. No, it is that in Europe, when you're playing teams like PSG, Bayern's class will show. No matter how well they may not be performing in the league, in the Champions League in Europe, when you are 6-time winners of the competition and you are playing PSG who have nothing and really nothing to talk about, you are going to shine through. So for me, it's another lesson for people who think that players are what it takes to win Europe or titles. Not necessarily, especially when it comes to international football. You are going to need to have pedigree and to do things differently, especially if you don't have the coach with pedigree and you don't have players or a club with pedigree, you are not going to do anything in Europe. So for me, I can't cry for PSG. I know, I've always believed teams like that don't win in Europe, and it's just something to think about. and to understand that they're not going to do it the money way.
Yes.
They're going to have to build to win a winning tradition, and it starts somewhere. It's not going to start now.
So
in
money
the
can't win
Champions
Champions League.
Yeah.
Asini, as we wind up this program, Jose Chameleone, yavuddeo na sharinga clip yaffe yakufly on the road twakola the other week ng'oyogera about his concert, how he was, how he managed to pull up the crowds at Gwanga Muje. Chameleone went on and praised your analysis here on Fly on the Wall and even shared this interview made on his Facebook timelines.
I was pleasantly surprised by Chameleone's reaction to that video. I think, and I'm happy because that's maturity. Maybe that's why he's destined for big things, and that's why he is Chameleone, the greatest artist, Ugandan artist to date. That level of maturity and professionalism to understand that there is something called positive criticism is what many other in these showbiz industries lack. Chameleone didn't come out with guns blazing. No, he realized the positive comments in that, and then the criticisms that as a human being we are all susceptible to mistakes or to errors. And he knows he's a human being, and he knows sometimes we run over our heads. He was able to understand that, and I want to thank him and to credit him for level of maturity that he has shown. And for me, he's just given me one reason why I should continue being his fan, because we don't criticize to bring people down. Some of us in this business of being critics,
Wouldn't be where we are.
we do it to make things better.
Actually, he said that
And I'm glad.
never bother about stones thrown at you. Continue building and building.
Great statement from him. So Chameleone, thank you very much. And I'm glad you watch me. I'm glad. Oh, I can also say he's my fan, because who knew that he can actually take that not just positively, but to get the same and to also share it and to encourage his fans to listen to what they call criticism, but positive criticism from Fly on the Wall. So if there was anyone doubting why the Fly on the Wall is doing so well and is having a huge fan base, Chameleone just showed you how. So thank you, Chameleone. You are going to be great in there, and you're going to be better and better because you take criticism for what it is, positive, to make you better. And I'm just glad and thankful. And yes, you've got yourself a confirmed fan, not just now, but for continued future. Thank you, Chameleone.
All right, that was expert analysis from Audrey Nsubuga Senior. Fly on the Wall. Don't forget to subscribe to Media Estate YouTube channel. My name is Duke Mwesigwa. Have a lovely time.